I was very happy at GeledMedia channel to host the Prime Minister of Biafra to talk about the overall struggle of the people of Biafra for liberation and independence. I saw in the Prime Minister a man of determination. I wish him success. Welcome everybody to the show. We are live now on GeledMedia. This is Karar Hiyabu, and I have the honor to have you. Welcome everybody to the show. As a guest, I'm sorry. This interview with a friendly media is considered as an introduction to each other's audience and introduces a moral law firm forum to the public. We assume that Prime Minister Simon is talking and educating the Eritrean audience while Mr. President, Mr. G, to the Biafran people. Thanks the Honorable Prime Minister Simon Ikpa for being on my program. Mr. President, Gabriel Bahdurai, Eritrean Transitional Government in Exile, and Mr. Elias, the Vice President of Modern Strategies Incorporation. Thank you so much for being on my show, and I appreciate it. I'm sorry I have to say this because we're starting this program late, and it is obviously for technical issues. So welcome again to the show, and I have the honor to have you on this show on GeledMedia. As a start, can you give us, Prime Minister Simon, your brief background on who you are, how and when did you join the struggle for self-determination of the Biafran people, and also when and how did you become the Prime Minister of the Biafra movement?
Thank you very much, Mr. Hiyabu. I'm very happy to be part of this historic moment today, speaking on your channel for the very first time in that side of Africa. My name's Ekpa Simon Njoko. I am a Biafran, and I joined the liberation of independent state of Biafra in 2019. And after the kidnap of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from Kenya, and extraordinarily rendition to Nigeria in quest to end the Biafra struggle, I emerged as the leader of the then autopilot. The autopilot movement of the Biafra liberation metamorphosed to the Biafra government in exile and the de facto government in the homeland. And I was elected as the Prime Minister of the Biafra government, both in the homeland and in exile, on the 9th of April 2023. So I have been the Prime Minister of Biafra government since April 2023 to date. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Also, I would like to welcome the audience that are following us, especially the people from the Biafra. And this show is very much about the Eritrean and the Biafran people. And I think they have a lot of stuff, things related, So we are on the same struggle. And this program is one of the tools and means that we are using in our struggle. Mr. President Bahdurai as well, can you give us a background history of yourself and the transitional Eritrean government in exile?
Great. Primarily, I think I want to thank you, Mr. Hiyabu, for having us here. And I also want to give the Prime Minister, Simon Akba, so do Mr. Elias for being here with us. This is only the beginning of so many to come. So I think we are very happy to be here together. My name is Gabriel Bahdurai, and I am the founder and also the president of the Transitional Eritrean Government in Exile. For so many years, yes, since even young age, I was one of the early victims of Exodus. That was 1977, since the time, if not only one time, for 30 years, because of the existing government. I couldn't even visit my family. I couldn't be back home. While I was even welcomed 2 weeks ago to go to Ethiopia. Therefore, we decided after so many struggle through the political parties and many different waves of people's movement in other sense. So I didn't see much to work. So I came up with the idea a little bit different, which is government in exile. If you're going to fight a government, you might act and prepare yourself as a government so you don't become a failed state, because it's not only for the sake of changing the government. So what after changing the government? Anything you try to remove something, you must think about replacement. So for that reason, 2.5 years, we introduced this government in exile, officially registered under the State Department of Justice. Going forward, even now, we are also working in order to elevate our program through the lobbying firm of Moran and Enterprise. And for that reason, that's why Mr. Elias is here, and he's the one to introduce both of us. So with that, I think I'll let it sit here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. G. Going forward, Mr. Elias, Vice President of the Moran Strategies Incorporation lobbying firm. Can you tell us who you are and what role do you play with the Biafra and the Eritrean government in exile?
Thank you so much. I'm greatly honored to be here with all of you. As noted, I am a lobbyist with Moran Global Strategies, which is a lobbying firm founded by my good friend and colleague, James Moran, who served as a member of Congress representing Virginia for about a quarter of a century. Our firm has a great specialty in representing foreign clientele, whether it be foreign governments, foreign political parties, or corporations, amongst other clients, which include defense companies and a wide variety of causes. Our firm represents both the Biafra Republic government in exile. We also represent the Eritrean government in exile and the transitional president of Eritrea, Gebre Badurai. And these are not only clients, but also good and dear friends as well. And our firm, because we represent both clients, we brought both these Biafran causes and Eritrean causes together because it's always beneficial to see if there's mutual synergy between clients. To give you a layman's perspective, if you will, of what is lobbying at a granular level, which I think will be helpful for your audience. Similar to, I think the best analogy, which I think will make this lobbying, which oftentimes can be overly complicated, in a very simple, practical, and easy to understand way, is similar to how people hire accountants to do their taxes, or people hire lawyers to navigate the legal process. People hire lobbyists to navigate the political process and to influence public policy.